The Thule 9502 and the 9503, its big brother, are without a doubt the most time-consuming of Thule's bike carriers to assemble. This one is the 9502, has a maximum capacity with two bikes loaded of 30 kilos, with individual bike capacity at 20 kilos. The bike carrier itself weighs 9 kilograms. So, first job is to insert the plastic caps in the ends of these two tubes, and in the end of this, and in the ends of the tubes there. Okay, that's the plastic bungs in place, a la Blue Peter. I've used a rubber mallet to tap them in. You may find it easy to use a piece of wood and a hammer to tap them in, but they don't go in very easily. Next bit is to insert the clamping screw. This will secure the carrier onto your tow bar eventually. The next task is to fit these L-shaped bars to the main part of the carrier. So, bolting from the outside, plastic spacing washer through like so, flat washer and locking nut. Same on the other side. Okay, and next we have the two shaped supports for the cycle wheels. Take the 55mm bolts, flat washer under the bolt head, flat washer underneath, and small nut. And then the same for the next three. That's the 4 screws and nuts all into place. I'll now fit the clamp bolts. These are used to facilitate the tilt mechanism. So the hook from underneath, flat washer next, and then the locking handle. Same on the other side. Hook, flat washer, and the locking handle. I'm leaving all the screws, including these, loose until the assembly is complete. Next, do the vertical support. Long bolt, small washer under the head, insert from the inside outwards, plastic spacer, small flat washer and locking nut. And the same on the other side. Flat washer and nut. And then the lighting board. Just move the cables out of the way. 55mm screw through that hole, 55mm screw, washer under the bolt heads again, through this hole, and then through the holes on the L brackets. Small flat washer and lock nuts again on each of those. I'll now tighten all of the bolts progressively, working my way through, and then tighten a second time till it's fully tightened. Right, that's all the nuts and bolts tightened. Take care not to over tighten these two bolts and these two where you have plastic spacers. Next I'll fit the supports for the wheels. These just simply slide on to the end of each of the supports, and then when you've determined which is the most appropriate position for the supports for your particular bike, You can then slide the fabric straps through and round. Okay, this is the vertical support that can be moved to wherever is convenient to keep the bike stable. There are 2 fabric straps left to go through each of the bike frames and around that pole. The electrical loom is relatively easy to install. You have 2 cables, one with a yellow plug for the left hand side, one with a green plug for the right hand side. It has a small locating lug so that you can't get it the wrong way around. Push the plastic cover over, quarter turn and that's locked in. Same on the left hand side. And that's it. You get 3 cable ties in the kit to secure the cables to whichever side of the carrier is most appropriate for your vehicle electrics, though you may prefer to add a few more cable ties yourself and run the cable separately down the outside, loop in the centre here to allow for the tilt mechanism, and again about here. Snip off the excess from the cable ties. And you can see here I've left also a larger loop. This is to try and ensure that the cable here doesn't get trapped underneath the 2 hooks of the tilting mechanism. I'll now turn the bike carrier back over and we'll just put the number plate on. The number plate is fitted very easily to the carrier. Break off the 2 top plastic tabs. Slot the number plate into the grooves at the bottom and push the clips into the lower of the holes for the clips. That's the setting for the standard UK number plate. And that's it, the Thule 9502. An excellent value for money carrier, but it does take a bit extra effort to assemble it in the first place.